for Katie Chats here at Hotdocs in downtown Toronto with the Mundo sisters, Rena and Nadine. How does it feel to have your film, American Commune, here at Hotdocs?
It feels amazing. This is a great festival. We love Toronto, we love Hotdocs, and we're so excited. We've had 2 sold-out screenings so far, and it's been great.
Yeah, the reception has been phenomenal, and we're just like in a bubble. We want to stay here. We want it to like continue on.
Yeah.
We love it.
We're in documentary heaven.
Tell me a little bit about the process you went through in the film in terms of first sort of being embarrassed about growing up on a commune and then coming to terms with where you come from and embracing it.
Well, you know, when we left the commune, we were very young, little kids, and we moved to Los Angeles, California, of all places. So we moved from this like very rural, non-materialistic world to like, you know, Hollywood, essentially, and beach culture, and it was really difficult for us as kids. As a kid, you just want to fit in, and so we were just desperately embarrassed about where we came from. And, you know, if we said, you know, in mid-'80s, if you say you come from a commune, it conjures up images of like, oh, cult, or so we just didn't tell anyone. And then, you know, years later, we ended up working actually for MTV in New York, and we were telling everyone else's stories, and very like, you know, we were covering Sweet 16 parties, you know, and just very elaborate, wealthy, following kids, and we just realized, you know what, we have a real story to tell, and we, at a certain point, couldn't deny where we came from. We just knew we had to go back and really understand our roots.
And I think also in learning, we left the commune as kids, so we didn't know, we had childhood memories, but we didn't know like the inner workings of it and why our parents went there and their marriage and what happened to the place. So making the film has been a huge learning process, and so through that I think it's helped us kind of accept it and be proud of it ultimately, because what they were doing was really noble and progressive and interesting and courageous. So. Yeah.
And what are some of the biggest misconceptions on communes and the farm in particular, and how does it feel to sort of have made a film that's making such a difference in terms of people's viewpoints?
Well, I think from the outset, I mean, like Nadine said, it was a huge learning process for us, but once we had done a lot of the shooting, we realized we wanted to tell a more nuanced story. We didn't want to just tell the typical, you know, oh, we were from a cult and everyone was controlled, or there was rampant sexual abuse, because that just wasn't our story. And we wanted to tell a story that told, you know, like I said, a more nuanced version of things. So that was important for us. And it just wasn't we had to be truthful to what our own personal story was. So
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the misconceptions about communes are that, you know, there's free love and everybody's running around naked and there's sort of no rules and no organization, and we that wasn't the case with the commune, and we go into that in the film, and that's also a part of why we didn't talk about it for so long, is because there are those kind of negative stereotypes about hippies and dirty hippies and sort of this failed idealism, so that kind of played into our shame about it. So it feels good to be able to really tell the inside story and kind of set the record straight in a way.
And while you were doing all of your research and sort of almost filling gaps from your childhood perhaps, was there anything in particular that you found really surprising that kind of stood out for you?
Well, I mean, I don't want to give away the ending, but ultimately I think we didn't know what we would find when we went back to the commune. We really didn't know how much of what we'd experienced as kids still existed in terms of the values, the place, and so I think we were really surprised to learn that, you know, some of those values still exist, and that despite the fact that the commune itself doesn't exist, the values and this sort of community really does. It's still there. So.
And I think also a lot of what we learned a lot about why it fell apart and why it stopped being able to run as a commune. I won't go into it because I don't want to have a spoiler.
Yeah.
But and we learned a lot about our parents actually. Yeah. Having the cameras kind of gave us license to sort of turn the cameras and turn our questions to our parents, and a lot of things about their past and their marriage, and then, you know, we didn't know, and so we learned a lot about our family, which was interesting.
Yeah.
And you are a female filmmaking team, and you're also sisters. What types of projects can we see from you in the future?
Very good question. Well, we've always had a dream of turning this story into a narrative film, so depends. But, you know, or a series, but after working on this for so long, we're just kind of excited to see this film take off and hopefully to show it to a really wide audience of people. We also do, you know, we do short doc directing and commercial directing, so yeah.
And where's the best place to find out more information on the both of you and on American Commune online?
You can go to our Facebook and Twitter pages. It's just American Commune, and then also our website, which is AmericanCommuneMovie.com. And so we are constantly updating and you know, letting everyone know where they can see the movie and all that stuff. So.
Thank you so much. Congratulations, and have a great time at the festival.
Thank you. So good to meet
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats here at Hotdocs in downtown Toronto.